Every child deserves to feel safe, loved, and valued. But what happens when yelling becomes their everyday lives? Today, we will explore the negative impact of yelling at children and why it is important to choose compassion over anger. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lovett. As always, it's good to have you here. If you're new to this channel, kindly go ahead and hit on the subscription button, and to all my returning subscribers, thank you so much. Okay, let's go on. So let's find out what yelling is actually. Yelling is often a reaction to frustration, stress, or disobedience. While it may seem like an effective way to grab a child's attention, the truth remains that yelling have a lasting negative effect on a child's development. For example, yelling at children constantly can have several negative effects on their psychological, their emotional, and even their social development. So let's quickly talk about some of these negative impacts yelling can cause in children. One of it is the emotional impact it causes. Now, that is where fear, anxiety, low self-esteem, and even resentment comes in. Now, when you yell at children, oftentimes they begin to feel scared and anxious. That will create an environment of fear rather than trust in them. Over time, this can lead to low self-esteem as children begin to feel that they are unworthy of love or they are unable to meet expectations. When you do this constantly, you are gradually killing their emotional development. So why not reduce the rate at which you yell at your children? Okay, so let's talk about the behavioral consequences. Yelling does not outrightly teaches discipline. Most times it teaches fear, as children are likely to respond with aggression, imitating what they see. I tell you this, most times children feel that is the only way to communicate or to get attention. So they might want to apply what they have seen you doing aggressively to others and even to you. Or they might even withdraw completely. Instead of understanding their mistakes, they concentrate on avoiding punishment. Thereby, that can even lead to them lying or even hiding the truth from you. I'm sure you don't want that from your child. So this can affect their behavioral pattern. They'll be acting in opposite because they imitate exactly what they see you do, and because they are trying to hide from punishment, they just try to lie to you or even hide the truth totally from you. Okay, so let's also talk about the cognitive and developmental effects. Constant yelling can interfere with a child's ability to concentrate. The stress of yelling constantly can trigger the release of cortisol. Now, that is a hormone that, when prolonged, can cause distress in the brain. This can lead to difficulty in learning and even problem solving. So here's to another effect that yelling causes is the strained relationship between parents and the child. Now, when you constantly yell at your child, it can damage the bond between your child and you. And if that is not well managed, it can also alter communication between you and your child. That will make communication even difficult. When children start feeling resentment, it means that they have lost connections with you. So it can also affect them even up to adulthood. It will affect the kind of relationship they have with others. So another one is the long-term mental health effect. Yelling does not only stop in childhood. If you realize, adults who were yelled at constantly as children grow up to suffer things like anxiety, depression, and most of them even struggle with their self-worth. Sometimes these people find it very difficult to handle conflict in a healthy way. I'm sure you don't want to raise a child to that point. Okay, so instead of impacting your child with this negative impacts that comes from yelling, why not explore a healthier alternative, like speaking calmly but firmly to set boundaries, and then using positive reinforcements to encourage good behaviors. Take a moment to cool down before addressing a problem. And then, teach your child to learn emotions constructively. So remember this, discipline does not always have to hurt. It should teach and guide. Our words are powerful. We should use them to build our children up and not to bring them down. That is by choosing kindness, patience, and understanding, thereby creating an enabling environment for our children to grow and thrive. I hope you found value in this video. If you do, kindly give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and do so. Leave us a comment in the comment section telling us how this video has helped you. Tell us how you are managing and coping with yelling. I'll see you again in my next video, and until then, bye.